Hi, I'm kind of shy, so I'm going to let my brother do the talking. You can see I'm where it all happens here, so I'll turn it over to my brother and see what he does.
So the film that I watched for the class was called Senna, and it was about Ayrton Senna, who won the Formula One championship 3 times before his death at age 34. And the film includes many things that we've studied in class. Uh, there's strong ties of sponsorship. You can see Marlboro in it quite a bit, and the, there's also the governing body or the sanctioning body, which is the FIA, which is the governing body of Formula One, um, which we've learned in class was founded in 1946 and actually goes back to the early racing in France. So history's tied in. Um, the media comes up. There's many media interviews, and you can see where Arton did TV interviews and was interviewed by people on TV.
Let me interrupt just for a brief moment. I didn't tell you that there is a spot in the film where we see the Marlboro Grid Girls just for a moment. And I wanted to include that, so we try to cover all bases here. Back to you, Brother Jim.
They show a Japanese TV reporter interviewing him, and so that shows the internationalism of the Formula One race. Different venues that they show in it are Monaco, Monte Carlo, Portuguese Grand Prix. It shows Japan, the Japanese Grand Prix, the Spanish Grand Prix, the Brazilian Grand Prix, the Mexican Grand Prix, the Australian Grand Prix, and the Pacific Grand Prix, and San Marino.
You got a pretty good memory, brother. I think you covered them all. Not sure, but I think you got them all.
So it's covered a lot of the different venues. It also, we see ads for products on the different parts of the track, on the sides, and one of the things has to do with safety. In the last season that he raced, they had eliminated all the electronics that the Williams team had been using the year before, which gave their team better balance and control over their braking. And the governing body, the FIA, they decided that they could no longer use these things. And as a result, there were a lot more car crashes, and he died in a car crash. And as a result of it,
which what I got from the watching the movie myself was I think that a lot of the teams were that were complaining about the electronics that the Williams team were using. They were using some of them themselves because there was such an increase in crashes. Back to you, Jim.
His death, his doctor, who was also a professor, led the investigation and gave recommendations for Formula One to make it safer. We also see politics involved. There's a lot of politics in Formula One. His main competition was a man named Alan Prost, who won the championship a bunch of times, and his technique was to rack up as many points as possible and do anything to win the championship. One of the ways he would rack up points is he might finish a race that he could have won